everyone, welcome back. So today I'm gonna make a moss pole. So I made my first moss pole a few months ago for my Monstera Deliciosa. I recorded a video of me doing it, but honestly that footage was so bad I never ended up posting it. But now I know what I'm doing this time, so I feel like it's gonna go a lot better this time around. Today I'm gonna make a moss pole for my Rhaphidophora tetrasperma. That's a mouthful. And then if we have extra Spagna Moss, I'll probably try to make one for my Syngonium Podophyllum albovariegata as well. But I think the Rhaphidophora needs a pole more than my Syngonium does. You don't really need that many things, and it's pretty easy. So let's get into what you'll need. So the first thing is, of course, the moss. This is Spagna Moss that I've rehydrated. It comes in like tiny little blocks that you just put some water in and it will expand into this. Try to put in as little amount of water as you can, like just enough for everything to have expanded, but not for there to be excess water when you're done. This is the Best Grow brand of Spagna Moss. I really like it. It's the one that comes, highly recommended. And I've never really tried another brand, but I really like it because you can see how long the strands are, which makes it really easy to be wrapped into around a pole because they'll stay in place. So I'll link the exact one I have down in the description down below. And then for the stakes themselves, I use bamboo stakes. You could definitely buy these on Amazon, but these are actually just from me buying plants online. A lot of plant retailers will use them to stake your plants so that they don't shift around in the box, and I just reuse them for bamboo, I'll just reuse them for moss poles, or if I'm shipping plants. I have one that's really, really long, and none of my plants really need one this long yet, but I feel like they're kind of hard to break. Maybe I'll try to break it, but I feel like they're kind of hard to break. So we'll see what happens. And then you'll need some of this netting. This is not totally necessary, but I feel like it makes everything just a little bit cleaner. I've also seen people just use like twine or something and directly wrap the sphagnum around the stakes, but I think this makes it easier. So this is netting that's meant for your like fruits and vegetables. I'll link something similar down in the description down below, but if you can, I would try to get something that's a little bit stiffer than this. This works because there are grits, but I feel like it would just be like a little bit easier if it was a little bit tougher. So this is leftover from when we were covering our fruits and vegetables. And then you'll need some scissors, and I think the last thing are these cable ties. I got a pack of 100 of these for I think around $5 at Lowe's. They're super easy to find. Get the short ones, and I think that's all you'll need. Okay, let's get into it. Hi! Okay, so the first thing that we're gonna do is to cut some of this netting. Okay, so I have my netting cut. You want it cut to about the length of your stick minus about maybe like 4 or 5 inches for the part where you're gonna stake the stick into the pot, and then you can make it as long as you want, really. I try to go at least a few times wrapped around. And then the first thing that you're gonna do is wrap the netting around your stick to secure it. Okay, that's how you get it started, and then now I'm gonna put some sphagnum right here. Okay, now we're gonna keep this tight and roll. Okay, now I'm gonna do another layer of sphagnum. Okay, and then just for good measures, I'm gonna do one more. Make sure you keep this pretty tight every time you go around. I feel like this is thick enough of sphagnum for me, so I'm gonna just do maybe one more roll of the net and call it good. Now I'm gonna cut off the excess. Cool, excess gone. So now what I'm gonna do is take out some of my cable ties, and this is how I'm gonna secure it. Okay, got a bunch over here. Basically, I'm gonna wrap it to the edge, and then we're gonna do kind of like a little bit of weaving. So this is, can you see that? Okay, so this, okay, so this is the edge of the netting I just cut. I'm gonna go in and then just hook it onto a bunch of other netting and go in and out a few times. Okay, and then now I'm going to secure the zip tie, and that's going to keep it in place. And now I just repeat along the whole pole. There we go. Okay, for this top part, I'm going to try to make it a little bit neater by pulling all of the excess netting kind of down into a group, and then putting one cable tie there to try to secure it all. And then I'm just going to trim kind of like the extra bits. Okay, now I'm going to cut off all of these cable tie bits. And then repeat with the bottom, kind of just tuck them in. And then use a cable tie to secure it all. And that's pretty much it. There you go. One moss pole done. Okay, so I decided that for the moss pole that I just made, I'm actually going to switch out the pole in my Syngonium first. This already has a pole, and I feel like this Syngonium would really benefit from a moss pole because it hasn't done anything since I got it over 2 months ago. And do you see how long some of these aerial roots are? Let me show you. That's an aerial root right here. See how long that is? So I think it would definitely benefit from a moss pole, and also since because there's already a stake in here, I don't have to repot. I can really just stick it in, which will make it so much easier for me. Okay, so I just took the stake out, and there's a hole in the pot where the old stake was, so I really just have to shimmy this in. Okay, I think it's all the way in. Okay, just move the dirt a little bit. Ooh, I probably should have brought, okay, so if you're making this moss pole, try not to do what I did. Do you see how there's a kind of like a big gap right here? It'll be best if the moss went all the way down to where the soil level is, but not touching the soil, but this is fine. Then I'm just going to take a piece of string just to hold the plant in place. Okay, so this is the final result. I made sure that all of the aerial roots are touching the moss. There's only one piece of string that's holding the plant to the moss pole because this plant is used to having a stake anyway, so it's like leaning upright and it's all good. Yeah, so if you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!